Hello and welcome to Slimline cards featuring artistic dies. This is the card that we will make today. The first thing we need to do is make our card base. We'll follow the handout that's linked below. To make the card base, I'm going to use a sheet of basic white cardstock. I will cut it to 7.5 by 9 1/8, and then with the 7.5 inch edge across the top of the trimmer, I will score down at 3 3/4. Alright, I'm scoring the card base in half here. And I put the trimmer away even though I need to get it right back out. But isn't that the way it goes? Okay, match up my edges first. And then burnish my edge, and I have a perfect slimline card base. It fits into a number 10 envelope. Here's our card so that we can see what we are making. Now I need to cut this purple design paper layer, and I forgot the dimensions. It's 3.5 by 8.5. I'm working in a different space, and so all of my tools that I use are not within reach. So I'm making do here, and my table, and I'm in a new setup, as you can see, and I'm still a bit uncomfortable, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm cutting this to 3.5 by 8.5, and I will adhere that to my card base. This is the hand-penned design papers. They're beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay, and I'm just adhering that to my card base. And now I'm taking 2 of the circle die cuts from Encircled in Friendship. These are beautiful dies, circular circles, and I cut them out of white cardstock and am adding color to them as I use them on my cards. So here I'm adding magenta for this card. The color scheme initially, I was trying to come up with a Valentine's Day card, which did not come to pass, but I kept the color scheme, the Highland Heather with the magenta and the black. I thought that they worked well together. And I'm just darkening up these edges here a little bit, just using a sponge dauber. You can of course do the same thing with your blending brushes. And I just chose to use the daubers. And then, so that all of my elements fit on my card panel, I'm just trimming off an edge of the circle. And then I'm grabbing a piece of scrap paper to put over my ink so that I don't ink the back of my card. My incidental ink, I don't want that. Okay. Adding the first circle, look how beautiful that is. It's really nice with the ink, instead of grabbing the magenta paper, these white die cuts with the color added add some interest and texture to your card fronts. All right, and this is the leaf cut out from magenta paper. This leaf spray is from Artistic Dies. I love this leaf die cut. I've used it so much. So here I didn't want to fool with sticky paper, so I'm just using a little glue, tapping it on to the die cut with a little piece of cutout sponge. The rubber mats from Stampin' Up! Are great for this. And now that my leaf spray is adhered, I can attach this second circle, and look at that. Those dies really make that card look so elegant. All right, you can add any stamped image here. I wanted to add a heart for Valentine's Day, but I didn't have any handy. And so I just went ahead and went with this perfume bottle, Parfum. I really can't get enough. I love this dressed, what's the stamp set? Best dressed or dress for success, whatever it is. I love it. All right, now every Parfum bottle needs a little flower next to it, so I just cut some here out of designer, what is that paper? I can't think of the papers, the little subtles and neutrals. Okay, and so here I'm using some felt cutouts from the cactus refill. I happened to notice they were Highland Heather to match the paper that we had there from hand penned. So that worked out good. It ended up connecting the paper to the Highland Heather with the magenta. Pulled that together nicely. All right, there we go. Notice I'm not coloring my Parfum bottle at all. All right, we need sentiments. We'll use these. Many messages. 1, 2, woo! Okay, now we have our choice of sentiments. Pick one. I keep these handy. If I need to swap a sentiment out on a card, or I'm not sure what sentiment to use, I just pull something off of this tray. There's a little bit of everything here. I do go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals. I like dimensionals. I don't like things to sync, so I will use dimensionals. Okay, I've just got that added, and now we need some bling. I'm going with the champagne rhinestones. I like those with the pink. And here are our cards for today. How fun. See you next time.